There are 4 special Shabbosim before the festival of Pesach, and this Shabbos is the last of them, Shabbos Parshat Hachodesh, the Shabbos which refers to Hachodesh Hazeh Lochem Rosh Hashanah. This month shall be for you the head of the months, a new month. It is the first month in the months of the year. This commandment was the first commandment given to the collective Jewish people. We were given a calendar, and we are told that the calendar starts from this Shabbos, from the month of Nisan. We're also being told here that this way of counting the months is given lachem to the Jewish people, because we are going to be counting these months by the circle of the moon, rather than like other people do by they're using a solar calendar. The beginning of this month is meant to inform us that Pesach is just around the corner, and we have to start getting prepared for it. But the whole concept of this being the beginning of the months, that this being the beginning of the calendar year, should bewilder us, because we thought Rosh Hashanah does that. Isn't Rosh Hashanah the beginning of the new year? What is this Hachodesh Hazeh Lochem? This month is the beginning of the calendar year. So it's important to recognize that, we have 2 ways of counting our calendar, because there are 2 obligations we have, universal and particular. Rosh Hashanah is a universal holiday. We say, Hayom Haras Olam, today is the birthday of the world, not of the Jewish people. And we also speak of Kol Boe Olam Yavru Lefanav, that all of God's creation is passing before him, being counted and judged on Rosh Hashanah. Not just Jews, but all mankind. Rosh Hashanah speaks of our responsibility as Jews to the world around us. Pesach and the lunar calendar, Hachodesh Hazeh Lochem, it's given to you, to us, the Jewish people. We have to be concerned about the Jewish people as well. The universal Rosh Hashanah, the particular, beginning with this month of Pesach. This universal versus particular has been an issue throughout mankind. In the Middle Ages, in times of the Protestant Reformation, the world stood divided because everybody was only interested in their particular, in their own geography, in their own religion. Those were the ones that people were concerned about. But then came a period of time referred to as the Enlightenment, with people like Darwin and Hegel, who brought a universal concept to humanity, that we are all the same, part of a world. Well, this battle has been going on ever since. Which is it? After World War II, we thought that mankind was going to become more universal, concerned about his world, realizing that we're all equal and we have to get along. And so there was a United Nations, and then there was a European Union, and there were all sorts of treaties between countries because we have to care about all mankind. And globalization only added to this concept. But a man named Mr. Putin reminds us that not everybody buys into this system. The Putins of the world, and there are lots of them, only care about their own, only care about what's good for them. And it's not just the Putins. We in our country today are bitterly divided by what's called identity politics, because all of a sudden we separate out people by their gender, race, their color, their religion, their social class, and we make our political agendas based on these identities. But what's going to unite us if we're only interested in the particular? The Aleinu prayer that we recite reminds the Jew that we have a responsibility to both the universal and the particular. The first chapter of the Aleinu, we say, Shaloah Sana Kagayeh Haratzos, God, we are the particular. We are your people. You didn't make us like everybody else. The second chapter of the Aleinu speaks of Latakein Olam B'malchut Shaddai. Takein Olam. Tikkun Olam, repairing the world. We have to also be interested in the world around us. And you know what? It's not always easy to combine both. I'll give you an example. I'll give you several examples. Here in the United States, I'm an American Jew. What if there's an election where I consider one candidate running for president being a great friend of Israel, but horrible for American democracy, while his opponent is great for liberal democracy, but not as good for Israel? Where do I put my emphasis? Israel is going through this conflict right now with the Ukraine. Sure, they want to support the people of the Ukraine. That's a universal concept of caring about others. But they have a particular concern because the skies over Syria where Israeli pilots fly, that flying can only be done when Russia approves. So which is more important? Thank God most of the time we don't have to choose. When we have to choose, let's remember that it's not a matter of either or. It can sometimes be a matter of more or less. Let me tell you something about American Jews. Unfortunately, all too many have chosen a lot more of universal aspects than particular Jewish ones. You know that close to 40% of American Jews don't attend a Pesach Seder. Where are they? Who knows? Maybe they're out cleaning the street. It'll help the world. But will Judaism survive? Shabbat Shalom.